Time to turn the sound down, and I become the sound man. That's right. Bo. That's right, I love it. Poker television. Better than X-rated movies.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play Beat the Clock.
And now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Let's go over and re-meet our holdover contestants from last week. Hello again.
How do you do?
How are you? Let's see now.
Nervous.
Is Mr. and Mrs. Robert nervous? Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Rogers
Yes.
of Roselle, New Jersey. Bob, it's nice to have you back, boy. Sorry we had to rush things so last week. As I recall, you're dance instructor, isn't that right?
Right, sir.
And you have, how many children was it?
3 boys.
3 boys. Are they watching tonight?
They should be.
They
Yes,
should
they
be. What are their
definitely are.
ages?
6, 2.5, and 4 months.
And the names?
Mark, Gary, and
And
Robin.
did you or did you not say that you would wave to them if they were watching?
I said I would wait.
I thought you did. So you waved right in that camera there. That's the one.
Hello,
that's-
sweetie.
There you are. Now they can go to bed happy and know that they're probably waving right back at the set.
They
you know?
are.
Incidentally, I want to remind you, as to everyone, of course, that our new bonus has taken off and started away. The one with the pipes went 3 weeks ago for $1,000. And it's the one tonight is at $300. And, of course, wherever the bell rings, whoever happens to be at the microphone at the time, they're the ones that get the chance to try for our bonus. It may be you, could be anyone during the entire show. I don't know. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, did you have a chance to try scooters and work out your little problem at home?
I didn't have a chance.
You did?
I had very little chance between 3 children. My husband was in Washington all week, and he hadn't seen a scooter all week.
I love the way he referred to you, and he said the young lady, you know,
that
keep
lovely?
him trained that way. That's all right. All right, would you both come out here with me now on the $200 clock? This is your problem. As you may recall from last week, if you stay right here while I explain so our audience can see, here are 2 scooters. Now, the project was, if you recall, to each of you get on one of those scooters and ride them down to where those hat boxes are located up there, and then using the front wheel of the scooter to ride the scooter back, pushing a hat box ahead of it until you get all of these hat boxes one at a time in between these 2 posts. In other words, past them. This is kind of like goal posts, you understand. One at a time, and you can't pick up the front wheel or the back wheel of the scooter. Both wheels must remain on the floor at all times. You can't get up there and turn it around by spinning it this way. You've got to turn it. Always be riding that scooter. You understand? Yes.
When we come around the bend there,
Yes. You can turn any way you want to.
we can't turn
Any way you want to. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what boxes you take or anything about it. Just get one at a time and bring them through here. Take a look at the clock. Now, see how many seconds you have. 45 seconds. Now, which scooter are you going to take? That one, all right. And you take that one, Bob. Tell me when you're ready. Are you all set? Go. One at a time. That's it. Come on. That's it. That's it. Stay in back of it. Stay in back of it. That's the girl. That's it. Go on, boy. That's another one. Come on, get the next one now. Maybe she'll need some help. Maybe she'll need some help. Whoa, collision there. All right, stop the clock. Okay. Come on back here. Oh, dear. He didn't hurt your foot when he bumped into it that time, did he? Oh, my goodness. Shoot. Which one of us stayed home and practiced?
I was supposed to practice.
You were supposed, and the dance instructor, well, that shows you've been dancing a lot. What'd you say?
Her rumba's been slipping anyway.
Her rumba's been slipping?
I haven't had time.
Did you know that her rumba's been slipping? What happens when your rumba slips?
No hip movement.
No hip movement. We'll go into that later. Let's let it drop for now. We're going to find out what your problem is on the jackpot in just a minute now.
House Paul. Just watching, if you were playing along, your name could be here. Log on to gsn.com now.
Now, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, comes time for the jackpot, and this is all yours, Mrs. Rogers. As you may have noticed from watching our show, Bob, the husband can't help in any way. You have to stand right over there, if you will, Bob. You stand right over there and just hold real good thoughts for your wife, but don't help. And you turn around and face the audience, Mrs. Rogers, and back of you and back of this curtain, in fact, is our jackpot board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation, all held there by magnetism, and they're all mixed up and out of order. Now, you got to get them back in order so they spell out the saying or quotation we're after in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Don't turn around till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Take a look. Go. All right, stop the clock. Little strokes fell. Great Oaks is right, and you've beaten our jackpot clock. Congratulations to you. All right, now. Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, having beaten the jackpot clock, let's see what you've won. I bet the kids are watching. Just take a look over here.
Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, your prize is Sylvania's exquisite console, the Montclair, with genuine hand-rubbed mahogany inlay doors. Large 21-inch movie-clear television with surrounding halo lights for the greatest viewing comfort in all television. The Montclair is outstanding in performance and design. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Congratulations to you. Good night. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
But we have Major and Mrs. Charles A. Ward, Jr. from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Is that the new uniform, Major? Thank you, Roxanne. We do awful things to our people, don't we? Major, how are you? Welcome to our show. It's nice to see you. Major in the Air Force, is that right?
Yes.
How long have you been married, Mrs. Ward?
10 years.
You always shake like that or just tonight? Huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Your
Maybe
hand's
it's
kind of
just
cool
tonight.
and you're shaking a little bit. Married 10 years and you have, you have 2 girls, I see.
That's right.
1 8 and 1 6.
That's right.
My goodness, I wonder if we have 2 of these, do we? If we have, Roxanne, bring out a little special gift for the, there we are. These are the new Roxanne dolls, you see? And they have little cameras like Roxanne, and the cute thing about the new ones is that they walk. You want to, I'll hold this, sure, I'll be glad to. Now watch this little doll walk, see? What, look at that. See her head turn when she walks, isn't that cute? And she has a little camera on there. The little camera flashes and everything makes like a real little camera. Look at that, see? There it is. Okay. Now we have one for each of them. You can pick them up from Roxanne when you leave, all right?
Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome. Take them home to them. Now, Major and Mrs. Ward of Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's home or that's home base?
No, that's home.
That's home. How long since you've been there?
Oh, it's been 1.5 years, 2 years.
Where are you stationed now, Major?
Dayton, Ohio, at right field.
You fly them or
Well, yes, I'm a pilot, and however, I'm in school at the present time. I'm
Studying
in
what?
between quarters.
What's the school for?
Industrial engineering for a special use in the Air Force.
I see.
And building equipment and
Well,
procuring it and so
You never
forth.
stop learning when you're in the service these days, do you? It's
Keep you
not-
busy.
Not like it was in the old days. All right. Now, we have a little problem that requires really keen cooperation between husband and wife. If you both come over here for the $100 clock, I'll explain what your problem is. Now, Mrs. Ward, would you step up on this side of me, and Major, you can stay on the left. That's it. And here we have a supply of tops. Now, I expect you've had some of these for your kids. Have you ever had these? Sure. You know how you spin them? Make them go like that. That's the way they spin. Now, that's what we want you to do. One at a time, I want you to start these tops spinning on this end of this board, you see? And you can leave it there until she gets it spinning good. And then your problem is simply to take the board and tilt it any way you want to and guide the top down until it lands in that carton. Get 2 tops in that carton, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. You understand about what it is, Major? Huh?
Yes.
Just a matter, you know, just like you keep that plane going, boy. You know, bank to the left and get 2 of them down in there. Meantime, you'll be ready with the next one because the clock does not stop. Get one roll, set to start again. You understand? Now, I'm not going to say go until you get the first top spinning, but in the meantime, take a look and see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds, okay? Get one in position there. Start it spinning. Get it spinning good and hard. No, I would suggest you get it good and fast. Let me show you, so you be sure you understand. That's the idea. Good and fast. You ready? Go. There's one. All right, boy. Come on. Get it fast. Good and fast. Come on. Good and fast. Good and fast. Come on. Good and fast. Good and fast. Hey, you got 2 right off the bat, boy. Good for you. Oh, you know the trouble we had with that this afternoon. We had them bouncing all over the stage. Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you something. You have no idea how much difficulty that stunt gave us trying it on ourselves this afternoon. And one other time we had a stunt that gave us all a lot of difficulty. And that time, too, a colonel in the Air Force came in and just knocked it off like that. Here we have the Air Force again. No nerves, you know, bank to the left. The bonus! You get to try the bonus! Come on, bring out that bonus. Major, come out here, sir, if you will. Stand right alongside of me here. Come on, girls, bring out the bonus. There we are, Madeline and Betty, in that order. We're serving tea for you, Major. Have you seen this yet? Have you seen our new bonus? Have you figured it out? You know about how it should be?
I thought about it.
Did you?
It's going to be a rough one.
Well, come on, let's try it and see. Thank you very much, Madeline. You know, remember then what it is you have to do. You have to first get that ball in that cup there, without Madeline helping you, and then by simply swinging, get this ball up and in that cup over there. Meantime, being careful not to drag the other cup off or either one of them. If you do, we replace the cups immediately, and you must do this holding it with only one hand. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. Okay, get a good grip on it, boy. I'll take a look at the clock, tell you how many seconds you have for the bonus. 45 seconds, it's worth $300. You ready, Major? Go. Oh, drop one off. Get another one up there. That's it. Ooh. Oh, come on, put another one up quick. There you go. You got 5 seconds, Major. Get it in there quick and try one more swing. Oh, golly, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock, boy. The clock beat you, and that means $400 for next week. What a good try, fella. That's not as easy as it looks. All right, well, you both come over here with me now because we have a little problem for you that involves, this is on the $200 clock. If you both come right on over. And, of course, you lost nothing by that. That was strictly bonus. Now, wait right here because I want to show you something. I brought you over here so you could watch it, too, Mrs. Ward. It should be kind of fun. This is a way. Is your husband handy around the house?
Not very. He's too busy trying to study for school.
I expect he is. Well, this is a way of being handy around the house in case there's a leak of any kind. Major, step right up there, if you will, please. Have a seat on that little cushion down there, cross-legged, facing that little shower thing in front of you. And the girls will give you a shower cap to put on to keep your long hair out of your eyes. It's kind of like a flying helmet, you know. That's the boy. Slip it on and pull it down. Good. Now, I want you to just kind of ooch forward just a little bit, if you will. That's fine. Good. Now, what happens is when I say go, this shower gets out of kilter, and it starts to sprinkle, but someone's connected it up with a whipped cream outlet. We don't know how that happened, you see? And the only way to stop it is to put your left hand behind your back and keep it there at all times, and with your right hand, unscrew this coupling up over your head. Take a look and see how many seconds you have. 30 seconds to do it. Are you ready? Go. Unscrew it, boy. Come on, hurry up. That's it. Keep her going. Keep her going. Unscrew it. Unscrew it. Is it coming, Major? Huh? Hold it. Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. He's got his hand. Hold it. Wait just a minute. Maybe this thing is stuck. Wait a minute. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. Wait a second here, boy. Hey, what's the matter here? You were screwing it tighter. You weren't loosening it. Go! You're screwing it, Major. That's it. That's the boy. That's the boy. That's it. Keep her coming. Get it apart. There we are. Stop the clock. Good enough. Oh, well, he's over here. Okay, girls, stand up if you will. Come on back over here with me, Miss Wolf. Oh, dear. I don't know just exactly what kind of emotions this show stirs up, but will you repeat to me what you just said? What did you say? Huh?
I said I've always wanted to do something like that to him.
Well, you have now, you see. That goes to show you. A lot of inhibitions get used up on this show. All right, Mrs. Ward, that was fine. Now, your turn to try for the jackpot, if you will. Step back up here on this little platform and turn around and face the audience, and don't turn back again until I tell you to. Go over that way just a little bit. That's it. In back of you is our jackpot board with one of our famous sayings or quotations all mixed up. You've got to get them unmixed. Move those words around until they spell out the saying or quotation we're after in 20 seconds. Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Ten seconds to go. Hurry up. Time's moving along here. Oh, dear. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. Let me show you. Step over there just a little bit. I'm sure you do. Brevity is the soul of wit. Did you ever hear that saying? Brevity is the soul of wit. You never have? Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, in any event, you've done all right. Step back down here, Miss Ward, because you've beaten our $200 clock. Let's see what you won.
A stunning room-size Mohawk carpet. It's a Meriden, loomed in a deep embossed leaf design with superb carpet craftsmanship from the looms of Mohawk for beauty and long-lasting wear. Congratulations, Major and Mrs. Ward. You have just won a beat-the-clock prize worth more than $200.
Congratulations to you. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
But we have Mr. and Mrs. Manny Polak from Kiamisha Lake, New York.
Kiamisha?
Kiamisha, isn't that right?
Kiamisha Lake, New York. Well, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Is it P-O-L-A-K or?
That's right, Polak.
Polak, Mr. and Mrs. Polak. What do you do there, Manny?
I'm director of recreational facilities for the Concord Hotel, the all-year-round resort, the fabulous Concord, as we call it.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the finest hotels in the country. We have an indoor tropical pool. Jimmy DeMeritt, Jack Bragg Jr. Everybody.
What's this near in New York? What town?
Nearest town to it is Monticello. We're about 90 miles from New York.
Oh, yes, I know where Monticello is. Do you help in this work, Miss Polak?
No, I don't help him at all. I do the cashiering.
The cashiering. Do you folks have children?
No.
Uh-huh. And you do this all year round, do you,
That's
Manny?
right, all year.
Good boy. How do you keep that tan all year round? Like
Well, indoor pool with sunlight.
with a sun lamp. Built-in tan. All right, we'll find out what your problem is on the first clock. The $100 one right off.
On to GSN.com now.
All right, Mr. Miss Pollock, we got you dressed up because we saw you have to kind of run around a little bit in this one. We want to make sure you didn't have to worry about what your skirt was doing. So you come on over here, both of us, if you will. Both of you come over here with me. Now, Miss Pollock, if you'll step over there, Miss Pollock there. You know, as a matter of fact, I think maybe you better take your jacket off. You'll find a hook inside the stand there. You can hang it on either side, doesn't matter. And you'll notice that here is a sweater and a nice, large pair of pants. And we want you to put on that sweater and that pair of pants. Right over what you have on it, we want you to do the same with this sweater and that pair of pants. The only thing that makes the thing the least bit difficult at all is this balloon. Now, what we want you to do all the time that you're putting those pants and those sweaters on is to keep this balloon off the floor at all times using only your head. You may not touch it with your hands or your feet or anything else, and you also may not touch it twice yourself. In other words, if you have bumped it up in the air, the next bump must come from you. You must take turns back and forth. In the meantime, be getting those pants and those sweaters on. Do you understand the problem? All right, take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have? 55 seconds. I'll start it off in here. Be ready, one of you, to take the first bump here. You ready? Go. Bump it high, boy. Bump it high. Get under it. Bump it up high. High, high. Oh, no, sorry, you can't hit it. You have to use only your head. Come back and start over again. Now we get the clothes where they were. I want to give you that one little hint that I tried to give you, and that is to bump this just as high as you possibly can. Get right under it, bump it up. Give yourself some time, you see? And take turns that way. Each of you bump it as high as you can. Are you ready? Go. Get under it, bump it quick. Hit it with your hands again now. It can be done with just your head, so do it with just your heads and try to keep it in this area, you see. Try not to knock it away. Put everything down again. You got to start over again. All right, here we go now. Get all set. You have about 27, 28 seconds left. Now, you ready, boy? Get them set anyway. Are they big enough? All right, here we go. Go. There's a good height. You get a good time. That's the girl. Go get it. Go get it. You've got about 12 seconds. You want to try it? Come on, bring it back. Bring it back. That's the idea. Okay. We're going to start all over. You have to start all over again each time. That's right. All right, now, get all set. All right. My suggestion would be to get those sweaters on first, because the pants will keep dropping down. You have to use your hands to do it, so I suggest you try the sweaters. All right, you've just got about 12 seconds, and boy, you got to move fast. Say when you're ready. Are you ready? Ready. Go! Oh, golly, I'm sorry you you didn't beat the clock beat you, but you sure gave it a good try. Now, Roxanne, do you have one of our radios, or Madeline? Anybody? Do you have a camera? Well, take their pictures anyway. Go ahead, take a picture of them, and we'll give them this lovely Sylvania radio for being real good sports. Thank you very much, and sorry you didn't beat the clock. We'll get them. Take that off with you. Let's take it from the out here. Good night. Roxanne, whom do we have now?
We have Mr. and Mrs. Harry Romaine.
What is all this laughter about? What is she hysterical about, huh? Because she had to come out and take a picture when she didn't think she was going to have to take a picture? Yes, they're Mr. and Mrs. Harry Romaine of West
Patterson, New Jersey.
Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Romaine. Pardon giggles here, won't you? Ms. Romaine, Harry, how long have you been married?
5 years.
5 years. You have children, do you?
2.
Are you both so tall? How tall are you, may I ask?
About 6'2".
And how about you, Miss Romaine?
5'10".
5'10" in your stocking feet. Well, I'm glad you found each other. It's nice to be the same height there. You can talk more easily. And you do what, Mr. Romaine?
I'm a setup welder. A setup for welding.
Set up for welding, I see. And you have 2 children, I notice, on your card, 1 boy and 1 girl. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, that's wonderful. Incidentally, if you don't mind my taking just a second, the Red Cross has asked us to make a very special appeal right now because 2 things are needed desperately. Number 1, it escapes me just exactly why more people don't get down there to the blood donor center and give blood, because the boys in Korea need it. If you want to help bring some of those kids home that might not come home otherwise, get down and give some blood. Second thing, a tremendous drive is on now for funds by the Red Cross because they've discovered that by extracting gamma globulin from whole blood, they have developed a new process which can very well ward off polio from your children this summer or any summer. And it's very expensive. They need a lot of money to do it. But it'll be there to save an awful lot of kids if you will just kick in just a little more than you normally do. So remember that, will you? Give your blood and give your money. It's for a wonderful cause. Okay? Mr. and Mrs. Romaine, moves you into the $100 clock now. Come over here and I'll show you what it is you have to do. Now, Miss Romaine, if you'll stand over here, I'll take these from both of you, then you can get those tubes adjusted. Harry's going to ask you to take those 2 ends in your hands like that. That's it. Girls, will you put the tubes up there for me? I'll put one on here on this side. Doesn't matter which side. Oh, you want to put them on the floor. That's right. I beg your pardon. You're quite right. All right. Here we are. There we go. Now, you stand right there like that. Take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have. You have 40 seconds from the time I say go. We have 2 ways of doing this, Don, and I forgot which way we were doing it. That's why we got mixed up. Now, when I say go, here's what you have to do, Harry. You have to step into those 2 tubes. You have to work them up over your body, down along these poles, over your wife's head and down off your wife's body so she's standing in them around her feet. Now, it can be done easily and quickly, but you got to move fast. And at no time may you let go of those poles. You must keep on to them all the time through the entire stunt. You have 40 seconds from the time I say go. Do you understand what you have to do? Are you ready? Go. Come on. Put your hands down there. Doesn't matter as long as you don't let go of the poles. Keep your hands down. There, that's it. Stay right there. Come on, that's it. Get him. Push your hands out. Come over. Hold it. Straighten your arms out, boy. That's it. Get him over your head. Get the other one. Same way. Oh, you got another pole. Hurry up. You got 5 seconds. Get it over there. Come on. Oh, golly, here we go again. I'm awful sorry you didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. But if you'll step back here, we have another from Betty this time. A Sylvania radio. We're giving them away by carload lots tonight. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm sorry you didn't beat the clock. Who do we have now?
Patty and Lauren and Dr. and Mrs. Herman from Whitestone, New York.
What a nice family. Hello, Dr. Herman. Regular general practitioner, are you?
Yes, sir. I'm a veterinarian.
A veterinarian. My, well, that's general practitioner with animals. It's the same thing. Mrs. Herman, how long have you been married?
Nice to know you. 14 and a half years.
It's certainly nice to know you, too. What did we drop? Your purse? Hope nothing broke in it. And Patty, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Pat. Hi. I have a Pat of my own. How old are you?
10.
10 years old. And what's your name again, son?
Lauren.
Who is it?
Lauren.
Lauren. Nice to know you. How old are you?
13.
Good boy. All right. Now, you can help Mom and Pop by cheering all you want here. Matter of fact, our first stunt of the $100 clock is entirely for Mrs. Herman. So will you come over here with me? We'll show you what it is you have to do. Now, if you'll just stand right there for just a minute, I want to show you that we have here a little board, on the end of which is a box. And one of these dishes can slide all the way down here and land in the little box. And that's what we want you to do. I'm going to place this thing here for you to stand on, and you are to take these dishes one at a time and slide them down along there until 2 of them land unbroken in that box. You understand the problem? Okay, let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 50 seconds. Are you ready? No, just the one hand. Ready? Go. Oh, another one. That's one. Oh, boy, I'm afraid we were getting into kind of a thing there. It looked like we were not getting any of our stunts out of the way here. Well, you see, it can be done. Now, that's something that you can play as a parlor game at home. You know, get some of your Spo china out and practice it when you get. Sounds like all our time is gone for tonight. I'm awful sorry. Can you come back next week?
We'd be
You
delighted.
don't live far away in Whitestone, New York? That's just a jump and a holler from here. So you all come back next week, and you'll find out then what it is on the $200 clock, and maybe, we hope, the jackpot as well. See you next week. Good night for now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Roxanne Sounds, a Larry Aldrich original. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. And this is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.